From Artsakh to Gaza, No One Will Be Free, by Sona Karapagosyan, published on March 12, 2024. Established in 1988, the International Documentary Film Festival of Amsterdam, IDFA, is recognized as the world's largest documentary festival. Since its inception, it has become a prestigious platform for independent filmmakers to tell their social, political, and personal stories. The IDFA curatorial team continually emphasizes the importance of inclusivity in the festival program. They simultaneously screen films from Russia and Ukraine, as well as Israel and Palestine, undeterred by potential criticism and political pressure. Orwa Nirabia, the current artistic director of the festival, is a strong supporter and advocate for this policy. Over the past decade, this Syria-born activist and producer has played an important role in presenting Middle Eastern cinema in Europe, while also helping various filmmakers and artists escape conflict zones. In 2013, The Return to Homes, produced by Nirabia and directed by Talal Durki, won the main prize at the Sundance Film Festival. Durki's documentary film captured the consequences of civil disobedience and war in the Syrian city. The reputation of the festival remained untarnished until October 2023, when the Israeli army invaded Gaza. The festival was slated to take place from November 8 to 19, just 3 weeks post-invasion. Remarkably, these 3 weeks elapsed in complete silence, with many anticipating a declaration of support, an interview, or a call for a ceasefire. The eventual lack of response seemed especially strange, given IDFA's long-standing strong partnership with the Palestinian Film Institute, and the fact that the festival usually includes a day dedicated to a showcase of Palestinian films and projects. Such a program was also planned for 2023 as well. Angry about this silence, a group of activists ascended the stage during the festival's opening ceremony. They carried a banner bearing the famous, yet controversial slogan of the Palestinian movement from the 1960s, "From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free." The slogan refers to the land between the Jordan River and the Mediterranean Sea and includes the West Bank, the entire territory of Israel and Gaza. Nirabia, who was on the stage at that moment, applauded the demonstration, sparking a scandal that would persist throughout the festival. High-ranking members of the Israeli film community were among the first to react. They labeled the slogan as anti-Semitic and considered it as a call for Israel's eradication. Some demanded Nirabia's resignation. The IDFA team then made 2 announcements. The first stated, "The hurtful slogan does not represent us, and we do not endorse it in any way. We believe that this slogan should not be used in any way and by anybody anymore." Notably, while the Supreme Court of the Netherlands had previously ruled the slogan legitimate, it is considered a criminal offense in Germany. Nirabia subsequently announced that he had not read the banner and was applauding the freedom of speech, not the slogan itself. As the situation escalated, the IDFA team issued a second announcement, calling for a ceasefire. "We fully respect and acknowledge the pain that is going around and the extreme urgency of these discussions while war is still on, and innocent civilians are still dying." They also emphasized that the festival embraces a policy of openness and serves as a safe platform for all voices. However, these neutral announcements did not appease the Israeli community. Instead, they further angered Palestinian filmmakers and the leftist film community that supports Palestine. The Palestinian Film Institute criticized IDFA's announcements for unjustly criminalizing Palestinian voices and narratives and called for a boycott of the festival. Filipino director Miko Reveza was the first to respond. He had previously stated on social media that he would not send the screening file of his film unless IDFA made a statement. Following IDFA's pacifist announcements, Reveza withdrew his film from the program. Palestinian experimental artist and director Basma al-Sharif, a jury member with 4 films in the program, also withdrew. Soon, 18 filmmakers, including Sky Hopinka, Jumana Mana, and Mariam Tafakori, removed their films. Several festival programmers also joined the movement in support of Palestine's struggle for freedom. The remainder of the festival was marked by a tense atmosphere filled with protests, manifestos, and boycotts. Despite these controversies, the festival proved highly successful for Armenian cinema. The film 1489, presented in the main competition, was awarded the main jury and International Federation of Film Critics prizes. This made it the first film in the history of the Third Republic of Armenia to receive this award. Previously, during the last years of the Soviet era, Ruben Gevorkyan's The Islands, released in 1988, a documentary about the 1988 Armenian earthquake, had won the main prize. 1489 is the debut film of young musician and filmmaker Shoghakat Vartanyan. It documents her family's life during and after the 44-day Artsakh War as they search for their son and brother, Soghomon, who went missing during the military operations. 1489 refers to Soghomon's number on the list of lost soldiers. At first seemingly deadpan, but actually relentlessly intense, the documentary recounts the story of the Vartanyan family's tragedy and unbearable grief. The film primarily consists of conversations between Shoghakat and her father, as well as their desperate search for Soghomon. Simultaneously, the viewer observes as the family members descend into the dark abyss of loss. Attempting to shield herself from this void with her smartphone camera, the director uses her video diary to cry out for help and attention. She becomes the bearer of this delirium, and without any mercy, forces the viewer to experience the same terror she feels. The intimate directness with which the film tackles these psychological wounds is akin to emotional pornography that compels the audience to endure the unbearable pain and sorrow that the characters underwent during and after the war. The film is utterly authentic, with the director never resorting to pretense. Vartanyan presents a stark reality without idealizing her family, their relationships, or the love they struggle to give during the most challenging times. The director is not afraid to express feelings of bitterness and neglect, or to protest and ask for attention. The only music in the film is a single song that Vartanyan listens to occasionally. Soghomon, like his sister, was a musician, and the director's decision to refrain from using any additional music underscores the brothers' absence. The film also observes the country's political situation, incorporating speeches and announcements by the Prime Minister, discussions and criticism around them, and showcasing the absurdist bureaucracy of a country unprepared for war. It provides only numbers as information, highlighting the despair and hopelessness of the situation, which, however, often goes unnoticed by the film's characters. One cannot easily characterize 1489 as either good or bad. It serves as a film document bearing witness to one of the thousands of similar tragic stories, exposing the horror and the injustice of the war. From a cinematographic perspective, it is an intriguing exploration of the boundaries and ethics of documentary filmmaking, stimulating reflection on the nature of cinema, what can be considered a film, and what boundaries a director should respect. While these questions may not have definitive answers, their consideration fosters a more complex and multi-layered approach to this film. The success of 1489 at a prestigious institution such as IDFA signifies the strengthening position of Armenian cinema and its capacity to broach globally relevant topics from its unique perspective.